Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. So, we've got Chelsea news to cover. We've got what I think is probably going to be a revelation for a few of you, but at the same time it's something we've already known. And I'll get to that in a sec. Plus, we've got news coming out of Manchester United, Manchester City, and we will end the video back at Chelsea because there has been news about a certain player. So we're going to get into that. But before we get cracking into what's going on elsewhere, let's focus on the big elephant in the room. And well, Chelsea Football Club. How could I ever have doubted you? How? We were talking about the links for the manager role that there is. And we know that we're linked with two championship managers and a Thomas Frank, right? And we've taken all of those links seriously. We've looked and we've gone, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. This is unbelievable. What's going on? We're shopping in the tier below like this is crazy, right? It's insanity. Are we? I ask you, are we? How could I have ever doubted these owners from trying to pull off something like this? Now, this could all, what I'm about to say, still might not happen. Who knows? But I am telling you what I think. Yeah, the way that I read the situation. This is my perspective. This is Younes Talks Football, right? This is me, strictly me, right? I think it's always been one guy. Always been one guy. It's always been this guy, and I think it will be this guy, and I think our original assessment of the situation from even when Poch was here was correct. And we all been taken for a ride. A huge ride. We've been taken for a massive public relations exercise. For those that don't know public relations, that's the long form of PR. PR stands for public relations. PR at its highest level. Chelsea Football Club. This is what I believe they've done. Let's get into it. Roberto Zerbi yet to be ruled out by Chelsea as club work through four-man shortlist of candidates to succeed Mauricio Pochettino. That's from Matt Law with his colleague Jay Percy at the Telegraph. But let's keep reading and I'll tell you what I think's happened here. Chelsea have not yet ruled out a move for Roberto Zerbi. There has been no confirmation whether or not Zerbi is officially the fourth unnamed coach on Chelsea's shortlist. So, we go into more. It is understood that Brighton would still be due around £5 million in compensation from any club that hires Roberto Zerbi, which is much cheaper than the £15 million he would have cost while still employed by the club. So, this is what I think Chelsea have done. I think they've pulled wool in front of everyone's eyes and they've conducted their little magic stick and their little carrot in front of everyone and then abracadabra, boom. Oh, everyone's now happy with Zerbi. Because let's be honest, if Zerbi was immediately hired, with myself included, most people would be like, what are we doing? We're going back to Brighton again. We're going to actually pick up someone from Brighton again. We're going to get someone who is not of the level that we need to achieve things at this football club. Now, some people with Zerbi might actually disagree here, right? Much more than they would talking about a championship manager. I think we can all agree a championship manager basically got close to zero chance. Close to zero. Not zero, close to zero. But with Zerbi, it's a little bit hit and miss. But the club don't want that. The club want everyone or most people to be on board. It's PR. The image needs to be good. So, what do? Let's go after a couple of championship managers. Let's bring it so down, yeah, That way, they're all going to want De Zerbi because he's the best that we have to offer. That's what I think they've done here. And you know what? It's worked. Not with me. No, not with me. And I've told you, on a footballing level, I think De Zerbi's limited, and I think people are going to end up disappointed. In the long run, I think they'll end up disappointed. Will Chelsea win football matches? Of course we will. Sheffield United won 3 football matches in the season. They've won 3 games. We will win games, right? But are we really going to be within the top 4? Competing at a level? Doing all of that? I think that remains to be seen. I think we'll get found out pretty quickly. But that's my assessment under De Zerbi. That's just me, right? I might be wrong. He might, who knows? Who knows? I might be wrong. But just the way that I see it, no. I don't think he's the level that Chelsea absolutely flipping need. But what I think Chelsea have done is bring the level so down so then everyone accepts De Zerbi. Another one from Brighton. And this one would be, I mean, that's it. We'd be complete at that point, wouldn't we? It'd basically be like how it was under Graham Potter. Again, except this time with the recruitment in charge. With Winstanley and Stewart and everyone is there. And we got Brighton at Chelsea now, completely, fully, right? That's what I think's happened here. But let's keep reading in terms of the updates, and then we're going to try and uncover more of the picture here. So, check this out. Enzo Maresca is really keen on joining Chelsea. It's a concrete possibility, but Kieran McKenna and Thomas Frank remain in the frame. It's true, a 4th candidate does exist. Discussions are ongoing. Now, let's ask the question. Why is this 4th candidate not being revealed? Why? Now, we have to be clear here. There, for me, are 2 possibilities as to who this 4th name could be. It's De Zerbi or it's Amorim, and for 2 different reasons. Amorim has a cup final on Sunday. Amorim has already pledged to the Sporting fan base that he is staying at Sporting for the next season. Chelsea wouldn't want to look like they've missed out on a target like that to then go after a McKenna or a Maresca and look like idiots. So it's PR on both sides for this one. Because if talks break down and he stays at Sporting and the news doesn't come out publicly in terms of, yes, Amorim spoke with Chelsea, then the Sporting fans and Sporting as a club can't really complain. He said, I'm staying and I'm still here and I'm here and I've not gone anywhere. So, all right, nice one, cool. But if it's come out that he's spoken with Chelsea, he was looking for a move away and it didn't happen and he's got to settle for Sporting, they're not going to like that. Especially a Portuguese crowd, they're not going to like that. Likewise for Chelsea, looking silly, now going for championship managers if they were to miss out on Amorim. So that makes sense. And as I've said, he's got a cup final on Sunday. His season's not done yet. 4, De Zerbi. The reason I've just said. Everyone comes out all of a sudden, oh, De Zerbi is linked. Immediately, Potter sacked, De Zerbi is linked. It wouldn't have gone down well. Immediately, it wouldn't have gone down well. But best believe, and I've seen countless examples of many people that have switched instantly. Just because we were linked with McKenna and Maresca. And Thomas Frank. Can't leave him out. That's it. Now, they'll take De Zerbi. No. I'm not. But like I've said before, at this point, I won't blame De Zerbi. I won't blame Maresca. I won't blame McKenna. Nah. Whatever happens, happens. I'm looking upstairs. Now, like I've said before, with De Zerbi, actually, before I get to that, it's ironic. Isn't it ironic? De Zerbi left Brighton, right? Immediately after, Potter's gone. You just put 2 and 2 together. It's like, surely, we've been taken for a ride. Everyone's been taken for a ride. Chelsea have played 5D chess on this. 5D chess PR move. Next level. bring everyone's morale so down to then lift it up because they got to accept De Zerbi is the best of the bunch. I reckon that's what's happened here. Now, will De Zerbi... Plus, there's the compensation thing about sorting out with Brighton. That still needs to be resolved with Brighton. So, it would put everything in the mud in terms of McKenna, Maresca, everything, if it came out that Chelsea were talking with Brighton to sort out compensation. Now that it's waited a bit, and De Zerbi's come as the saviour, right? It won't hurt the fan base as much as it would have done a few days ago. And this is why I think it's all been kept under wraps. My assessment, my opinion. I'm giving you what I think here, the way that I've read it. I think we've been taken for a ride. It's always been De Zerbi. It will always be De Zerbi. And he will come into the job. And now how do I think it's going to go down? I'll be honest here. I don't think De Zerbi is a yes man. I think he has a certain way of football which might be attractive to everybody. But I don't think he even lasts as long as Poch under this ownership. He'll have players immediately to get by with. He'll have Caicedo, great, gets to work with him again. He has Mudryk, he gets to work with him again. He has Enzo, great, nice to meet you. He'll have Cole Palmer. I'm sure he'll be happy with some of the players that are there. But I reckon it will eventually, inevitably, get to a point where he will want his way. Like we just didn't see that at Brighton? Are we being naive? He asked for some experience at Brighton. What happened? See you later, mate. Out the door. Goodbye. Just saying. So, that's the latest there. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Like I've said, I think it's always been De Zerbi. And we all got taken on one big fat PR exercise. Brilliant. Honestly, Chelsea, Clearlake, Bowley, I underestimated your capacities. I've underestimated you. I didn't think it would go to this length. Like, this is next level PR. Next level. Wow. Incredible. If that is the case and what's happened, like I said, it's my assessment and it's what I think has gone down here. I think we've been taken for a ride. So let me know your thoughts. Much appreciated. Let's move elsewhere before we come back to Chelsea at the end, because there is news on a player. Here's the latest from Manchester United. McKenna will wait on Manchester United before making a decision on his next move. Another clue. That's another clue. I find it hard to believe that you're going to sack a manager or get rid of a manager or even have a manager leave your club without having a replacement ready. De Zerbi's there. He's ready. He's there. He's sitting there, available. Come on. Amorim isn't. McKenna isn't. Maresca isn't. Thomas Frank isn't. You see, when you put things together, it's De Zerbi, isn't it? It's De Zerbi. But McKenna is now apparently waiting for Manchester United. Oh, no, wait. Chelsea are not the club that I actually want, even though Brighton want McKenna. And this is where I'm going to tell you guys. I think McKenna ends up at Brighton. I think this is PR on Brighton's part too. Brighton are going to get McKenna. Because for McKenna as well, that's the perfect move for him. If you're leaving Ipswich, Brighton is the move to make. That one makes sense. But Chelsea or Man United? Mind-blowing. Now, Man United, what is going on over there, right? McKenna is linked. We'll get to that as well in a bit. I do want to clarify the situation on one link that popped up earlier on. And look, you guys even know my stance, but even I'm telling you it's not true. Here it is. Jose Mourinho has been made second favourite on the bookies, Sky Bet anyway, for the Chelsea job. He was made the favourite on Bet365 and other betting firms. Out of nowhere, his odds plummeted from 14-1 to 3-1, 2-1. I think he was evens at one point. I'm just like, what's happened? And then the rumour come out, Jose's the fourth guy. Jose's the favourite. He's not. We haven't spoken with him. We won't speak with him. If he was hired, he would probably kill these lot. There would be a homicide at Chelsea Football Club if Jose got through the door with these clowns, as far as I'm concerned. So listen, in terms of Jose, no, fabrication. And it did come out that this was made because of Bet365 plucking out news out of Spain that there was a possible interest in terms of Chelsea and Jose. Bet365 apparently put their odds all the way down because bet started coming in on Jose to Chelsea, and then the Standard picked it up from Bet365 as to, oh my God, the odds have gone down, there might be something to this, Jose's linked with the club. As far as I'm concerned, this is one big money-grabbing scheme from the betting firms. That's it. So, not happening. Now, let's talk about Man United. This is what's happened at Man United. Ten Hag, gone. FA Cup final is his last game in charge as called by Di Marzio. No surprise, the club are looking at alternatives. Watch Pochettino, as called earlier this week. United also to battle at Chelsea for McKenna. It's come out that Ten Hag is gone and he is losing his job after the FA Cup final taking place tomorrow, which, by the way, there will be a watch-along for. We will be here to cheer on Man City so then we can get Europa League. But we will be watching Man City, Man United, FA Cup final. So be here for the watch-along tomorrow. That kick-off at 3 o'clock UK time. So, Ten Hag's gone. But what's crazy is this has come out before a cup final. Like, that's mental. On Man United's part, your PR is mad. Our PR is crazy, right? But your PR, to get all of this out before a cup final, you've lost. Like, you have actually just lost the game. That's it. I am now convinced Chelsea will be playing Europa League final next year. Without a doubt. Because how can you go into a cup final against Man City stable like this? You ain't stable. You're completely unstable. You're going in like you're running out of a mental asylum into an FA Cup final. No chance United win tomorrow. Heads are all over the place. Ten Hag's going to manage this game knowing he's out the door. If anything, he'd probably sabotage it. This is crazy. It's crazy. Before a cup final is suicide. So anyway, that's happening tomorrow. We'll be here for the watch-along to react to the game as it all goes down. But here's more. Exclusive from Jacob Steinberg saying Manchester United decide to sack Erik ten Hag regardless of the cup final outcome. United have identified Thomas Tuchel, Pochettino, McKenna, Potter and Thomas Frank as potential replacements. See, now you have to ask the question for United as well. I just mentioned it for Chelsea. I'm sure United are not stupid. Would they sack a manager without a replacement in line? Personally, I think it's Thomas Tuchel. And I wouldn't be shocked if it's not Thomas Tuchel, they'll turn to Poch. I wouldn't be shocked. I struggle to understand if they actually go and get McKenna or Thomas Frank or Graham Potter. Graham Potter could be a possibility. Possibly, because he's walked through Chelsea's doors. Possibly. But TT is there, Poch is there, I think it's TT. But do you hear the level of managers we're talking about now? In terms of McKenna, Maresca and these guys compared to these names, it's two different classes. So this is where I think Man United, surely they don't get McKenna through the door. Surely. Like I've said, I think McKenna is going to Brighton. I don't think Maresca goes anywhere. I think Thomas Frank stays at Brentford. Graham Potter, God knows. I reckon TT to United. We'll see. Now, what are other clubs doing? Other clubs have it so great. Exclusive. Man City want Pep Guardiola to sign a new long-term contract that would see him extend his trophy-laden stay at the Etihad Stadium beyond a decade. Surprised they don't want a young, exciting coach, says Chelsea's transfer. Fantastic. You're right. Yeah, I know. It's mad, isn't it? It's great. Life is great when you don't want a new, young and exciting coach. It's great, isn't it? You just got Pep. It's funny. No one's following this one, is it? Everyone's trying to find the next Pep. Anyway. Man City, big up. Just levels. What can you say? Nothing. There's nothing to say. Here's latest on Chelsea and a player that we were going to end the video on. Chelsea still want Olise. They will have to sell one of Madueke, Mudryk, or Sterling. They did the Mirror as well, saying Chelsea are set to make a move to sign Michael Olise despite the manager, with the Blues fearful of missing out. Fabrizio Romano did yesterday say Chelsea or Man United will be his destination. It's one of them. Olise will be leaving Palace. He'll be going for the release clause, because there's a release clause. He will be going either to Man United or he will be going to Chelsea. Now, personally, I'm here to tell you, I reckon it's Chelsea. I think Chelsea will get him. But I have to put a little asterisk here. We're going to be going after a player without a manager. See how it's working now? We've got clubs making signings independently, without a gaffer. We are gafferless. We are managerless. But we are going after Olise. Cool. The manager will just have to fall in line. This is what you're finding here, mate. You ain't got to say. We're going after Olise. Now, like I've said, personally, Olise, great player. His injury record is something that has a big question mark, though. That's the worrying point. But I will take Olise. Personally, I like the player, and I think he would do bits. Who would leave? I think it'll be Sterling. Take off the big wages. It'll be, I think, a fee for a certain amount. I don't think it'll be Madueke or Mudryk that will be leaving. They're the young ones. Mudryk will definitely not go if the Zerbi's coming through the door. We can just clarify that now. But Olise walks in. But this is the way we're going to move forward. When it comes to transfers and getting players in, manager, you ain't involved, mate. Coach, you ain't involved. You ain't involved. And for me, that's worrying. That's a worrying thing. In the long run, that's a worrying thing. In the whole thing, this is a good signing. Not to say clubs don't make good signings. Clubs do make good signings. But not all the time. You could say the same for the manager as well. Not all the time. But there has to be a blend. Because the team is going to play in the image of the coach, of the manager. Nah, not at Chelsea now. The team will have to adapt to what the club want. You're going to play in the way that we want to see our club move. As for me, it doesn't make sense. But let me know your thoughts. Olise, though, good signing. And I think he would do well. And he is a Joe Shields player. So it's another one here. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And we will be here tomorrow, like I've said, for the watch-along to the FA Cup final. There will be a watch-along for the Champions League final as well. And that will be the last watch-along of the season. So make sure you guys are here for that one. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the socials. The notification bell as well to be notified. Socials in the description. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. See you lot then. Take care. And peace.